Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really fun half cut crease prom tutorial and it's using all really affordable products. So let's go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. So the first thing that you always want to do is moisturize. I am going to be using the Milk Moisturizer. I did this right before I got out of the shower so my skin is nice and moisturized and that allows it to sink in before we go in with the makeup. But as long as you apply it now and then do your eyes and then do your face, it will be perfect timing. So just never skip that because makeup does not apply well on dry skin. Alright, and the first color I'm going in with is Pup. And so with this color, I am first going to be applying it just directly into the crease and then working it upwards towards that brow bone. And because this is going to be a like a half cut crease, you want to make sure that you really are bringing these crease colors all the way into this inner part here. And so that way when we go in and kind of cut that crease, we're gonna have a really good definition and sharp line. So like I said, this is just a subtle transition color just to help everything else to blend really easily. And the next color I am taking is Zion. I am still using that fluffy side of the Eyeshadow Everything brush. And with this color, I am once again starting it directly into that crease all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. And then I'm just kind of building this up as I go, starting off with a lighter wash and then just going over it a few times. Now I flipped it over to the pencil side of the brush and I am still using Zion. And I'm going to start putting this in the outer corner because we will be making this super duper smoky, so I want to be able to layer it up, make it easy to blend. And then I'm flipping it back over to that blending side just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. This next color I am going in with is Coal, and I love this one. I'm obsessed with it. I actually use it to fill in my eyebrows as well. Using that pencil brush, you can see how intense and pigmented this is. We're going to start it right at the lash line and then work it up into that corner. And then flipping it over to the clean blending brush and then flipping it back to that pencil brush to deepen it up again. Okay, and then I flipped it over to the blending brush side and I'm going to be running this like all the way into that inner corner once again, and you can tell how much that kind of smokes it out even more. And then like I said, that way when we go in and carve out that inner part of the crease, it's really going to be nice and sharp and defined. For the fun part, I'm going to be taking my highlight shade in the Multitasker brush in the flat side of it, and we're just going to work the brush into the highlight. And this is how we're going to create that cut crease. And you can see you don't need a lot of the highlight. So we're just going to take this and kind of follow the crease. And if anything, you can kind of make the crease come up higher than your natural crease. And then that way you have that larger eye effect. So this is the easiest way to do a cut crease, is just by using your highlight or concealer to cut the crease. That way you don't have to be super duper precise with your brushes and you can really blend things. Then I am going to go over it one more time with the highlight shade so I can make sure that this crease is nice and sharp. And then I just like to take my finger like this and blend out that little edge there. And now we're going in with one of my favorite eyeshadows of all time, Stardust. So as always, I'm going to be spraying my brush with some Stay Spray after I get the eyeshadow on my brush. And we're just going to start by packing that right on to where we applied that highlight shade. And we will be using some glitter today, so this shadow doesn't have to be exactly perfect because, I mean, it's just kind of a base for the glitter. But this shadow does have like all that shimmer, so you definitely could skip putting glitter on top if you want. But I feel like prom is like that time where you can kind of go a little bit extra with your makeup, and it's a perfect day to get away with wearing glitter. Now we're going to take the color Coal and some of that pencil brush again, and we're going to run it across this edge just really quickly. Kind of blend it out a little too. And I like to take whatever is left and just kind of do this little motion here, like a side to side, and that really helps soften the line as well. Alright, and now I'm going to be taking one of my favorite liners, the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. Today's eyes, I just want to kind of line them and then be able to really smoke out that outer corner with the black eyeshadow. So my main goal is just to get this line as close to the lash line as possible, and it doesn't have to be a perfect line. This next eyeshadow is going to be Salem, and we're going to be using the Know Your Angles brush. I want this to be really a nice, thick and smoky line. So I'm just gonna do that. Take some black eyeshadow, really smudge and blend it out, and it works out perfectly. It blends really easily into that kohl eyeshadow. And this is like a really easy way to line your eyes if you're not used to using a liquid liner. I'm also going to kind of tap it on this inner part here because I don't want it to be quite as harsh as it is at the moment. For lash line, I'm using the Know Your Angles brush again, and I'm taking some of kohl and just tapping that at the lash line and then kind of bringing it down a little. For this look, I think I'm just going to bring it like halfway through, and that way we can really get like these large doll eyes. But I am going to kind of blend it down quite a bit here. I also decided to take some of Salem. I feel like that kind of helps connect it to that liner in the outer corner. So I'm just kind of getting that fairly close to that lash line and then blending it downward, just slightly. The last step for the eyes besides the lashes is going to be the glitter. So I'm going to be using this Revlon glitter. It's the Photo Ready IR. So you just pull this out and then you have a brush with glitter on it. It already has the glue and adhesive already mixed in, so it makes it really easy. So like I said, you can totally skip the glitter. It would be pretty without, but I'm just going to start applying that right where we applied the cut crease. And with this, it does take a little time to dry, so just make sure you are kind of looking downwards like I am now, so that way you're not going to let it dry and crease. For lashes today, I'm going to be using the Kiss lashes. They are Faux Mink, and they're in the style Midnight. These are super duper affordable. You can get them at Walmart for like $4 or $5, so they are awesome, super dramatic lashes. The thing that you want to remember when applying fake lashes is number one, to trim them, and if you need to do any trimming, do that from the outer corner of the lash. And the other thing is when you are doing, when you are applying the glue, make sure that you allow it to get tacky before you set them on. And so you just need to wait like 30 seconds or so. You can kind of fan them around, and that way it gives them a chance to get tacky and they won't just like slide all over when you try and put them on. Much better. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to face makeup. Sorry, I'm putting away the lashes. I don't know why I feel like I need to do this right now. I'm going to be using my favorite brush, the Detail Hack. So I'm going to be using the color Sunlit first. This is a pretty yellow tone highlight, which means it's going to brighten a lot. So this is all mascara makeup, as always. You guys know how much I love it. So I'm going to start off by just applying a generous amount underneath the eyes in a large triangle shape. And these are just $14 each, so they're definitely really affordable. And I always do like a light amount on my nose because I have some freckles and I like them to kind of still peek through a little bit. And I'm also going to bring this highlight between my brows and up onto my forehead. The color I'm going to be using is White Peach. I just like to go over that under eye with this one more time and just brighten it up even more. I could also use Moonlit because I'm so fair at the moment, but we're gonna go with White Peach because it still works. So for contour, I really like to do nice and intense, especially since on prom you're gonna be photographed a lot, so you wanna make sure that your contour shows up. So we're gonna go in with Indigo. I'm gonna start this right on the cheekbones and use it to really carve it out. I'm gonna go in with blush. I'm gonna be using the B Squared powder brush, the smaller side. And I'm going to be using the color Bear, which is this one right up here. I'm gonna start off by applying this right on the apples of the cheeks. It's just a really great neutral color. That way we're not gonna take away from those glitter eyes. All right, now we can set everything with a powder. So I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush and like really bake and put a heavy amount of translucent powder underneath my eyes. Eat some of the powder and just really lock it in. And then we'll take the fluffy side over here of the brush and more translucent powder. And I always start off by kind of carving out, you know, setting right there so that we can make sure that line is soft but still defined. I don't know if that makes any sense, but going with it. And you'll see I just kind of take the fluffy brush and swipe away any of the excess powder. Intensify the contour a little bit more. We're gonna go in with the Cayman bronzer and just bronze it up. Now let's go in with a highlighter. I want to use a different one than usual. I'm gonna go in with the color Honey. I usually use Pearl, but this will be really pretty. Bronzy, glowy, especially with the gold on the eyes. Perfect, huh? And then just patting this and making my skin glow. So the high points of my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, my chin. Oh, look at that. And then I love it because this brush, you literally just kind of tap over everything like this and it blends out the cream illuminator. So easy and fast. Then if you're gonna have a dress like off, you know, where your collarbones are showing, all that looks really pretty, and especially like on your shoulders here. You can apply some of the illuminator and you're just gonna be glowing. So let's go and grab my good old favorite, Sabrina eyeshadow. So I'm just patting it right on that inner corner, kind of meeting it up with that liner and the glitter up top. Alrighty beauties, and here you have the finished look. Let me know if you wear this makeup look to prom. I would love to see photos. Have so much fun. I loved prom. It was one of my favorite things, and the dress shopping, the hair, the makeup, I loved it all. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.